Hello, everyone, from the beautiful Great Plains of Midwestern Illinois. It is June 11th, 2026. Wow, what a day. We got news headline after news headline after news headline. We have lots of promises about the future floating around out there, but I don't believe any of them because what is actually happening versus what is being portrayed as the truth are two completely different things. We have one story where we have major escalation in military activity, lots of kinetic missile strikes and drone strikes, and reports of units damaged and people scrambling out of bases. And then on the other hand, we are in the final stages of a peace deal, which is going to bring about an absolute silver bullet fix for everything that's going wrong. So the crude oil was up at about $93 yesterday on the escalation of the war. At the close of the session today, it is down significantly from there, trading around 85.75. So the crude lost about 8 or 9% throughout the course of the session. The market went straight up, and that may have something to do with the SpaceX IPO that is coming out tomorrow. This is the biggest IPO ever. There's going to be tons of speculation in the casino over what this thing is actually worth. What Wall Street has been preparing for weeks and if not months to get this thing ready to ship out to everybody. So this is going to be a historic day in the market as far as a record IPO is concerned. The real crisis, obviously, is that we are approaching dangerously low levels of commercial inventories of crude and petroleum products. The biggest oil execs in the industry, once again, were warning that we are approaching dangerously low levels in the inventories, and that is confirmed by the draws that the reports have been outlining from the EIA every Wednesday. I've been covering that. I've been recording that with a widget and a timeline for when the operational minimums are about to hit. And it's about 20 some odd days for the Cushing facility and about 60 days for commercial crude. If the oil execs are saying something right now, that day may be drawing closer than I calculated. So this is a very, very big deal. Eventually, we are going to hit the brick wall, which is the reality that we cannot print more oil and gasoline like we print funny money to plug up the dam when things start leaking all over the place. This is going to be spectacular. It's going to be horrific and catastrophic as well, because nobody is prepared for what is about to happen here. The media is trying to spin this as a temporary interruption. The market looks like it's pricing in a temporary interruption, and this is not a temporary interruption. What is going to happen here in the next couple of weeks has really never happened before. So there is no historical analog for this. There is no telling how severe this situation is going to get. The unpredictability of this situation is not being respected at all. And I am definitely pretty nervous about not having any gasoline to go to the store. And even if I made it to the store and found some gasoline at whatever price it was being offered at, there's no guarantee that there will be anything at the store for me when I get there because of our just-in-time logistics. So a temporary interruption is really catastrophic for our just-in-time way of life here where deliveries are made every few days, every week, and then when supplies are gone, there's no more supplies until the next delivery. Well, if we have a major energy shortage, then there's not going to be any delivery. So this is something that I would encourage everybody to think very, very deeply about. This is going to matter soon. There is no way out of it. So even if we did miraculously get a peace deal, which we are not going to get, how many times have we been told that there is a peace deal, that we're in the final stages of negotiations, and that ends up going absolutely nowhere? And then a few days later, we read about more intensifying military escalation across the region from all sides. We have not only a war in Iran, but we also have a war in Ukraine as well. That never stopped. That's not really being covered. You're not seeing too many Ukraine headlines. Isn't that kind of puzzling? Because the war is way worse over there than it's ever been, with Russia striking targets with a aggressive force that has not been seen thus far yet. So let's not forget about that. Let's get into the important headlines of the day, and let's see what the market is doing in response to those headlines. So the headline is Groundhog Fixes Money Printer, NASDAQ up 500. And I actually found this headline earlier. The NASDAQ's up a lot more than 500. We're currently just shy of about 29,000. And actually, no, I'm sorry. We're just shy of 30,000. We're going to look at the chart in a minute here. I can't keep track of this thing. 1,000 points here, 1,000 points there. We have insane volatility in the market over the last couple of days. So it looks like that Groundhog was able to fix the money printer 6000 XL, and it's cranking out more cash. So that's excellent for big tech and their blank check. And what they're going to do with all this unlimited money is they're going to pretty much automate us out of existence. While the expert commentary says here that the recovery was always just one print job away, they were absolutely right about that. As soon as we got the money printer back online, we immediately started moving higher in the risk assets. Today's winners are the usual tech, AI, crypto's up a little bit, and hope is definitely catching a bid here. Everything is absolutely awesome. Let's go to the other headlines of similar caliber. Taco Thursday trumps hotflation ECB hike, sending stocks and bonds soaring ahead of SpaceX launch. SpaceX prices biggest ever IPO at $135 a share. The people are falling all over themselves to buy the high tick. Here's the oil headline. Trump, Iran deal should be done pretty quickly, but subject to settling over the next few days. Really? Wow. While energy executives warn White House that key oil reserves running dangerously low. Once again, we have the two stories. This is the reality, and this is what we're being told. And they cannot, by definition, both be true. They are mutually exclusive. If one is true, the other is not. The two-way panic market. The market isn't panicking lower, it's panicking both ways. Negative gamma, leverage ETF exposure, and growing uncertainty around the AI build-out are creating a market where small moves can quickly turn into big ones. AI needs a lot of energy. Where are we going to get all this energy? We can barely sustain the energy demand right now. And we're going to have a crude oil shortage. How are we going to find the energy to power this AI utopia? We are handcuffed to the seat of the bus, all staring at our phones, on the road to nowhere, while AI is driving while hallucinating. What could possibly go wrong? Polls turn against Netanyahu as Trump PM says make quit politics. We don't care about politics on this series. They are a big factor, but I'm not going to talk about them. New CFTC prediction market proposal would ban war and terrorism bets while allowing sports markets. Well, they never should have been allowed to speculate on those in the first place. The idea that you could actually place wagers on war events where people could potentially lose their lives there's definitely something wrong with that. We live in a very sick society. What is the phrase? It's no measure of a man's value to be profoundly adjusted or to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. I forget who that is, but I'm going to look it up. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Oil slides and stocks rally as Trump touts U.S.-Iran deal. News squawk, U.S. market wrap up. It just goes on and on and on. It never seems to stop lately. I gave ChatGPT the prompt. We're in the final stages of negotiations for a potential framework which could lead to a possible peace deal with Iran while full military kinetic engagement is playing out and oil reserves around the world are approaching dangerously low levels according to top energy executives. Paper reality, final stages of negotiations, potential framework, possible peace deal, diplomatic progress, deal could be announced soon. Physical reality, active military operations continue, missile and drone strikes continue, regional fighting continues, oil inventories keep falling, record draws, shortages, oil executives warnings, strategic reserves keep getting drawn down. Energy executives are warning that inventories are approaching historically low levels and that current buffers are being exhausted. This is all we hear now. We hear facts on top of facts on top of facts on top of more facts and more facts and more facts, and they all paint a picture that none of us want to see right now. I can't blame you. Who wants to imagine a world where you don't have any gasoline to fill your car to go anywhere, so you're stuck, and now there's no delivery, so you can't even order anything, right? And if you are able to make it to the store, there's nothing there, right? Who wants to think about that? That is the reality that absolutely none of us want to think about right now. Well, we're going to have to start thinking about it. The market, obviously, is in a state of total euphoria, in complete fantasy land, full of, rainbow puffy clouds and unicorns, while the world's completely falling apart. The rain is starting to come down really hard. It's starting to storm here, so I will definitely have to go back inside. But I just wanted to shoot a quick video and outline that no matter what you see happening out there right now, if things seem good right now, that's great. Enjoy the good times while they last. Definitely start thinking about what's going to happen here in the future. After the drugs wear off in the market from the SpaceX IPO and a little bit more AI mania and hype, we're going to be facing the very cold, hard reality of actual physical energy shortages, which is nothing that any of us have ever experienced before. So, until tomorrow, you guys take care and good luck.